What's up, real ones? Welcome to Let's View It. It's me, your host, and if you don't know who I am, then let me introduce myself. My name is TYRONE Cross, and I'm the one who has volunteered my time and took on the huge responsibility to make videos to entertain you guys and inform you guys and annoy you guys and make you guys happy. Whatever you guys need, I'm gonna bring it to the table. All that pressure is on my shoulders, but I don't care. I'm glad to take on the job, and I'm gonna keep at it until one day I make a viral video so that I can buy a mansion. But for now, I live on top of my girlfriend's parents' garage, so, you know,
baby steps.
Just like the baby steps I'm taking to get on with the topic of this video. And in this video, I'm gonna be talking about CC again. I'm sorry, but whatever's going on with Caitlin Clark has turned into a whole different monster. Whenever somebody even mentions Caitlin Clark, it's basically never even about how she plays basketball. It's about anything but how she plays basketball. And the whole reason for that is all because of the new Caitlin Clark fans. It's all their fault. CC fans are a nuisance. CC fans are annoying. And they bother everybody. And I do mean everybody. They bother all the original WNBA fans. They bother every single WNBA player. Every WNBA player doesn't like them. And guess what? That's including Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark don't like them either. But she can't just come out and straight up say it to their faces. But I do believe she tried to tell them. She tried to tell them in a roundabout way. You know how you make a general statement about something, but you're really talking to a certain person or a certain group of people and you're hoping that they catch your message so you don't have to just straight up call them out in front of everybody and embarrass them? Well, that's basically what she did. She did that in an interview, and I believe this message just went right over all their heads. Of course it did. Why would they think they're doing anything wrong and that Caitlin Clark could possibly want something different from them? They really believe Caitlin Clark likes them disrespecting the whole WNBA in her name? Don't they realize that these women they are disrespecting also were her heroes? She did dream of playing in the WNBA ever since she was young. Who do you think she looked up to? So it's obvious Caitlin Clark doesn't want all this hate and negativity spread around in her name. So this was the message that she tried to deliver, but of course her fans couldn't quite grasp it. So you already know, let's view it.
Caitlin, as you might be aware, there's been some controversy and conversation over the last few days about everything that happened in the Chicago game. Curious how much you pay attention to that, if at all, and what your thoughts are, what your take on that is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not on social media, so I don't see a lot of it, but you would be surprised. Like, I still have my TV on in my house, and like I'm watching sports, like, you know, you're still aware of it and you still see it, you know, but other than that, like, my focus is basketball. Sometimes it stinks how much, you know, the conversation is outside of basketball and not the product on the floor and the amazing players that are on the floor and how good they are for their teams and how great this season has been for women's basketball, going from college basketball to now the WNBA. Some of the crowds are, you know, unprecedented and had never been seen before. The viewership's amazing. But yeah, I mean, I try to block it out. You know, I don't have social media on my phone. Like, I don't go on it. I don't see a lot of it, you know. But I don't really think it's that different from, you know, when I was in college. Like, everybody's going to have their opinion. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. That's just what it is. And I think you just got to be focused on what's in your locker room, what's in your organization, how your teammates feel, how your coaches feel. And for me, like, that's my focus. But also, like, I have a job to do at the same time. So, you know, that's where my focus remains.
So did you pick up what Caitlin Clark was putting down? Did you catch all the implications she was putting in there? Let me go ahead and break this interview down to what I believe Caitlin Clark was trying to say, what message she was trying to get out there, and who she was trying to get it to. So the interviewer asked Caitlin Clark, basically, do you hear all the nonsense on social media when it comes to your name? And she said,
yeah, I mean, I'm not on social media, so I don't see a lot of it, but you would be surprised. Like, I still have my TV on in my house, and like I'm watching sports, like, you know, you're still aware of it.
Now, let me just break down that part right now. Basically, she's saying, I don't use social media. So in other words, she's not going out trying to catch these comments. She's not going out looking and searching for these new CC fans' comments. She doesn't want to hear them. but she does hear them, just like most people hear them when you're trying to follow the WNBA right now. But then she goes on to say this, and this part is the more important part of her message of really what she was trying to say. And she said,
sometimes it stinks how much, the conversation is outside of basketball and not the product on the floor and the amazing players that are on the floor and how good they are for their teams and how great this season has been for women's basketball.
Caitlin Clark went on and personally gave credit and props to all the other WNBA players and teams. So why did she make those statements? Well, let's break it down. The first one was, I wish the talk was more about basketball and basketball play. The talk and conversation is outside of basketball too much. So what is she talking about? She's talking about all the racist talk. She's talking about all the talk about all the other WNBA players being jealous of her or hating her because she's white and straight. She's talking about the fact that when she gets fouled hard, it turns into a racial thing or a hate thing. She's talking about that stuff. And who says that stuff?
The new CC fans.
So who is she talking to?
The new CC fans.
The original WNBA fans and the original Caitlin Clark fans already just talk about basketball. It's the new CC fans that can't keep the talk about basketball. And then when she went on to give all the other WNBA players props and the teams and what they do on the court, she did that because she knows her new fans completely do the opposite and disrespect them, act like they don't know their names, they shouldn't know their names, and won't know their names no matter what they do. So Caitlin Clark took it in her own hands to say, hey, I respect these players. I don't know what the hell these crazy ass fans are talking about. She's basically telling her newfound fans that I don't like what you're saying. I don't want you saying what you're saying. I want you paying attention to basketball. And if you can't do that, she really doesn't need you doing anything. You guys are slowly sucking the fun out of the WNBA and out of joy for Caitlin Clark as well. And all you new CC fans do is focus on views and popularity. And you think just because you raise views or you raise the popularity, basically because you guys are grouping together, so it's really just popular amongst yourselves, you think just because you're responsible for that popularity, it overrides all your terrible behavior and ignorance. But it doesn't. And since you new CC fans are so into popularity, you really want to know how Caitlin Clark could be the most popular WNBA player right now?
You're not gonna like the answer.
If in an interview, she just straight out came out and said,
all you new CC fans, stop talking racist stuff. Stop saying all these other players are jealous and hate me because I'm white and straight. I'm tired of it. I don't agree with that. I'm trying to play basketball. And if you can't peacefully join me and enjoy my journey of my basketball career, then just go away.
If she did that,
holy shit,
she would have so many supporters. But she won't do that. You know why? Because Caitlin Clark is a really nice suburban girl.
Game again that ties a career high, 85 ties a career high, 85 ties a career high, 85-3. Caitlin getting some.
And she doesn't do stuff like that. But through some tough love from the other WNBA players and her teammates, she'll get used to it. She'll toughen up. You know, like an older sibling picking on a little sibling. To toughen them up a little bit. Tough love. They love them. But you know, they gotta give them an elbow or two. And in due time, she will adjust and get used to it. And next time someone slaps her in the arm and says, way to ball, girl, she won't go,
highs a career high, 85.
But also, there's one more point I want to make. I know for a fact that Caitlin Clark doesn't care about the negative comments about her game. She doesn't care if you say she's trash. She doesn't care if you say she's a bust. I know that for a fact because as a competitor, especially someone that plays sports all their life or a certain sport, you're gonna have people say that you're a bust or that you suck. It's just the way it is. You're gonna have people boo you. You're gonna have people cheer you. But as an athlete and a competitor, you get used to people saying negative things. You usually take that negative and use it as fuel to burn your fire to destroy them. And trust me, Caitlin Clark has gone through the same thing. Want proof? Here. Okay, enough of that. But if I'm not mistaken, that's a high school game. That's how long has been talked to Caitlin Clark. So it has nothing to do with people saying she only shoots going left, or she only drives going right, or she doesn't play good D, or she's weak and slow. None of that Caitlin Clark could really care about. If anything, that helps her, motivates her to be better. But she can't stand these new fans spreading hate and all these rumors in her name. And she tried to tell you guys, but you guys are too dense, too into yourself, and sometimes too racist to even get her message that she would like you guys to help her out and stop doing that. That's not what she wants. She wants you guys to focus on the game. So can you do it, please? For Clark's sake. Just watch the game and shut up. But now that you know Caitlin Clark actually tried to tell her own new fans, can you please shut the f up and just talk about basketball? All I need you guys to do is comment below. Tell me what you think. Do you think Caitlin Clark tried to tell her new CC fans to knock it off? I don't appreciate it. I'm trying to focus on basketball. Or why don't these destructive new CC fans notice that they're giving Caitlin Clark a hard time and ruining her fun? But while you're telling me your thoughts, I'm also gonna need you to hit that bell like the hunchback. Also click that hit tracker button and subscribe with me. And I'll see you on the next trip.
Day and night. Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real. All my life. Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real. Can't help I. Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real. That's why I. Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real.